Hey Pioneers, welcome to another edition of Inside Canyon Springs. I'm Nakaya Berry.
And I'm Miguel Dorado, and today we'll be taking a closer look at the sports going around here in Canyon Springs.
So Miguel, do you play any sports?
Actually I do, I'm a really big soccer enthusiast.
Is that all?
Well, that's as much as I play anyway.
Well, what about gymnastics? I mean, it is hard balancing yourself on a 4-inch beam.
Well, I don't really think that's for me, but Esteban and Marquis found someone out of school who does.
A sport is a hobby for some people. It gives you something to do throughout your high school days. But for one student, sports are not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
I've been in gymnastics since I was 2, and by the time I'm done graduating college, I will have been in it for 20 years.
Starting at a young age, Randy has developed skills, and now her talent level is amongst the top of the country.
Level 4 is just like the basic level, like level 4, level 5, and level 6. And those are called like compulsories. And then once you get to level 7 through level 10, it's optionals. And you have like your own routines and everything, and it's like way harder skills as you like go up. I'm a level 10, this is my 4th year. And that's the highest level you can get to. And the next step to that is elite, which is like the Olympic gymnasts and stuff.
With managing school and gymnastics, it's hard for Randy to maintain her social life and participate in extracurricular activities.
I'm gonna practice Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for 4.5 hours, Wednesday for 3 hours, and Saturday for 4 hours. I've already told myself, like, if I wasn't in gymnastics, I'd be like in student council, I'd be in a whole bunch of clubs just because I like those kind of things, but gymnastics takes, pretty much all my time, so I don't have any time for that.
Being a full-time athlete takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Many sacrifices are made in order to be the best. For Randy, failure is not an option.
I've been in a lot of competitions. Like when I was level 5, which is the first level I started at, I was about 8 years old, and right now I'm 15, and each year I do about like 7 or 8 competitions. So I have a lot of competitions. Yeah, I've won a lot. I mean, not like all of them, obviously, because I have those bad meets, but I do overall really good.
Different events allow Randy to express her creativity.
My favorite event would probably have to be floor and bars. Floor because you just basically get to express yourself and people can actually see like your personality and everything as you're doing your dance. And then bars, I like doing it. It's fun. I don't really have a least favorite. I pretty much like them all. They all have like the same amount of pressure doing competition, so it really doesn't make a difference.
When competing in big meets, she always finds a way to stay positive no matter the circumstances.
It crosses my mind, but I just have to throw that out and just tell myself do what I do in practice, because I know I can hit the routines without a problem. Just trying to be perfect and making your coach proud and make yourself look good. There's a lot of pressure, and then because everybody's watching you and you have people judging you, so there's a lot of pressure to it.
Many athletes dream of becoming a professional, but ironically, Randy has other plans.
For a little bit, I did, but now I'm just focused on getting to college. If it happened, I would be happy, but if it didn't, I wouldn't be sad, so.
Playing in the Olympic Games might be a dream come true for other gymnasts, but for Randy Wyrick, school is her main priority. Reporting for Inside Canyon Springs, I'm Marquis Velasquez with photographer Esteban Hernandez.
Hey Miguel, I don't see how all those people who do martial arts can actually take all that abuse. I wouldn't be able to get slammed on the ground like that.
I don't think I'd be able to take it either, but it's just having the love for the sport and having the discipline for it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience, and it's not like you can get it right away.
And that leads us to our next segment, where Brianna Levczak takes a closer look on a martial arts sensei who didn't let life's obstacles get in the way.
Martial arts. It's all about focus, discipline, self-control, and of course, learning how to take people down. And if anyone knows what martial arts is all about, it's 8th degree black belt Bobby Raimondo.
In Hawaii, you either grew up as a girl doing hula or a boy doing martial arts, so my whole family has been martial artists.
In fact, Bobby Raimondo's ancestors were one of the founders of the martial arts system he now teaches. a system called Kaji Kembo.
Kaji Kembo, the first letters K-A for karate, J-U judo, K-E-N Kempo, and B-O Chinese boxing, which is Kung Fu or Kung Fu.
Though Kaji Kembo has always been a major influence on Bobby Ramondo's life, there was a time he almost gave up his passion altogether after a terrible accident left him paralyzed from the waist down.
In 1971, I was on leave from the military. I was in the Marine Corps, and a friend of mine was driving the car. I had already been in the car for a while sleeping, and he fell asleep at the wheel and hit a tree. After something like that happens to a person, you do a lot of soul searching, you do a lot of thinking, you know, and I wasn't really concentrating on anything other than trying to figure out who I am and what I'm going to do, and for the strangest feelings, I just didn't think that that would be a part of my life anymore, you know, along with the other things that I do. I didn't think I was going to be able to do those things again.
But Bobby Ramondo soon decided not to let his new circumstance hold him back from becoming a great Kaji Kembo teacher and fighter, and has learned skills that have proven useful throughout his life.
I was at the Gold Coast, and I just got done cashing my check, and I was out to my car, and somebody followed me out there, and he reached over to my pocket to take my money, and I just basically put him in a submission hold. You don't have to be standing up to defend yourself. Actually, sitting down, you have more leverage than you do standing up. So by grabbing somebody's wrists and their elbows and twisting their arms in certain ways, you can manipulate where a person falls or what happens to the person's arm or wrist. So that's basically what I did. I wasn't going to let this guy take my money. So.
Ramondo currently teaches his own martial arts class, where he inspires his students not only to become good fighters, but to become good people.
Usually when something happens to somebody, you got two choices. You can either just lay down and call it a day, or you can just keep going, and I chose to keep going.
If you or someone you know is interested in joining the Ramondo martial arts class, you can check it out online at ramondokajikembo.com. Reporting for Inside Canyon Springs, I'm Brianna Lebsack.
So Nakaya, what's the big deal with skateboarding?
Well, it's not that big of a deal, but I think that if you go to the skate parks, it's pretty amazing.
Then why do you think there's so many bans and restrictions on it nowadays?
I don't know, maybe the older generation just has prejudice against skateboards.
Well, in the new One Kid's Opinion, DC gives us a closer look on that subject.
So I've been skating for about 3 years. I can't help but notice a little discrimination.
I didn't do nothing. I'm skating. You.
Stores. Convenience stores, grocery stores, clothing stores. Can't skate in any of those places. Now, here's a simple scenario. I ride my bike in front of a store for, say, 3 hours. Now, I'll probably hit 3 soccer moms, 2 pregnant women, and an old guy with a peg leg and a glass eye. No harm done. If I even walk past the front door of a store with my skateboard in my hand, some guy comes out of nowhere with a broomstick or some type of non-threatening weapon. Hey, young man. What, sir? Now, it's a two-way street because he's being rude by yelling at me, but he's saying young man, so he's kind of being polite. Now I say, what's the deal with this? He says, no skating in front of this store, young man. I'm walking past the front door with a skateboard in my hand. Well, you look like you're about to skate. I know your kind is always causing trouble. My kind? Do you mean kids with black shirts or kids with poofy hair? No, kids with skateboards in their hands. I wish people would be more fair about it. I mean, just because a kid skateboards doesn't mean he's a troublemaker. Just because the weight training kids gain 10 pounds a day but only lift weights 5 minutes, that doesn't mean they're on steroids. Just because cheerleaders jump around like monkeys with their head chopped off, that doesn't mean cheerleading's not their sport. All I'm trying to say is, skaters are people. People, not criminals.
I didn't do nothing.
So please treat us like that. And hey, some people beg to differ. Some people think skaters are criminal. But this is just one kid's opinion.
Miguel, do you consider video games a sport?
Well, I am a guitar hero.
But that's not even a real guitar.
Yes, it is. It has frets, it has a strum button, and I can play it. Don't argue.
Okay, well, I don't think it's a sport, but it is competitive, right?
Well, I'll give you that. And in our next segment, you take a closer look on a story that was entered in a national contest.
Sitting in front of the computer playing video games is just for fun for most people, but for Kurt, it is different. He has certain motives and a competitive spirit not only with his local friends, but also with others like him all over the world. He eventually started playing Counter-Strike, a first-person shooter video game in LAN centers, which is a facility where people can play multiplayer games online. The first time he visited a LAN center was in the Philippines, where it was once the most popular game.
I first got into it when I was like 9 years old because of my cousin. He brought me to a LAN center and showed me the game, and after that I just wanted to play more because we didn't win first place, but we did pretty good, even though we didn't win any money, but the thought of winning money makes me want to get better at it.
After he developed his skills in LAN centers, he bought the game and started playing in his own home where he was able to play on a daily basis. Playing the video game every day helped his skills to the point where he was able to join an international team. Kerr has the opportunity to represent America by playing Counter-Strike, which can sometimes be overwhelming.
There's a lot more pressure to win, especially if you're like the last one alive in your team. You have to win it for the whole team.
And in these clutch situations, every single player on Kurt's team has their own style of play.
I play like cool, calm-headed, and I'm probably one of the smartest players on my team because most of my other teammates just like to kill.
What also sets him apart from the rest of the league is that he is one of the youngest players at age 16 to participate in the tournaments.
A lot of them are like older than me. Most people that play are like 19 up, so I guess I'm probably one of the youngest.
Multiple languages and different currencies sometimes make it difficult for international players.
It was pretty crazy because like sometimes I can't understand what they say, and there's like different type of money involved, like pesos and stuff.
He's going towards A.
However, many use Counter-Strike as a way to make a living.
Most people just play for fun, but there are some people that Counter-Strike is like a lifestyle for them, since they make a living off of Counter-Strike. Some people play Counter-Strike without even going to college or anything. So.
It is not only the thrill of competition that keeps Kurt playing, but also the money and establishing friendships.
I just want to get the money just to spend it anytime I want, you know. Even though it's not that much, it's still pretty good, and I don't have to like work or anything. It's fun, and meeting new people is fun too, especially if they're like from different countries, and sometimes you get to go to those countries.
Playing Counter-Strike internationally and locally gives Kurt the opportunity to travel around the world, or he could just stay in the comfort of his own home while meeting new people from around the globe. Reporting for Student Television Network, I'm Nakaya Berry.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Pioneers.
You can see this edition or any other edition on KCSLTV.net. For Inside Canyon Springs, I'm Nakaya Berry.
Not Miguel Dorado.
There's only someone
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, I know. I was like. Okay, one. Miguel, do you consider video games a sport?
I hate you.
Why?
I don't know. Wait, I thought I was gonna laugh, that's why.
Why are you laughing?
That said something stupid to begin with.
Oh. Hey Pioneers, welcome to another edition of Inside Canyon Springs. I'm Nakaya Berry.
Not Miguel Dorado. No, I think I was better if I just